Depending on where you go around the country. You most likely live in a state that hates cigar smokers. That means you might have really high taxes or really prohibitive laws for having a cigar lounge in your town. And so it can be hard to get into this stuff, but that's why Cigars Daily exists, to take the cigar world and make it ultra accessible to you. Now, when it comes to America, there are a few places where cigars are really, really big. The largest cigar market in America is really that heartland of cigars, and that is in Florida. And that's because that's where most manufacturers end up importing their cigars. It's a simple and logical place that makes it very easy to get products in from Latin America. So a lot of your favorite brands have their warehouses there. So I went out to Florida and saw some of the best cigar makers and cigar accessory makers in the industry. And that is what this whole series is about. So I want to invite you to join me. This is just part one. I'm going to be releasing the following parts in the upcoming weeks. And to keep this simple, I wanted to kick this off with accessories because it's sort of the preliminary foundation to a good cigar experience. And I'll walk you guys through this as I take you inside the largest maker and distributor of cigar accessories the industry has, bar none. So why don't you guys come along with me as we head out to Miami, Florida to see the best part of cigars in America. What's happening, Cigars Daily Nation? Today, I'm taking you guys inside a big part of the heartland of cigars in America. Right now, where I'm standing, what looks unmistakably like a Costco-sized warehouse would indeed put any Costco to shame. Where I actually am is Quality Importers. This is America's leading maker of all things cigar accessories. Here's the honest-to-God truth. You can have the best cigars in the world in your humidor, and of course, it's always nice to sit down and enjoy a cigar next to a babbling brook where you can hear the water and see the fish. But at the end of the day, sitting on your porch with an ice-cold beverage and a perfect chair with a great cutter, an excellent lighter, a convenient ashtray, and a really good quality humidor to keep all your cigars in, that is what makes a cigar collection complete. And so that's what Quality Importers specializes in. This behemoth warehouse that I am walking through contains absolutely everything made for supporting your premium cigar collection. So lighters, your cutters, your ashtrays, your humidors, stuff that you haven't even thought of, all kinds of little gadgets and doodads to make your collection complete. So today I want to take you through Quality Importers to show you what these guys are about and exactly, well, where the hell am I now? I think I'm lost. You know, truth be told, in all the cigar world, in all my time in cigars, when you talk about accessories, there's a few ways to think about this. I think we all sort of assume that everything just comes out of some factory somewhere in China, which truthfully, largely, most of this stuff is made in China. But I've learned a tremendous amount about the accessory business in cigars, especially just during my visit today here at Quality. A lot of the innovation in the cigar world comes from places like this. This is where the product ends up and where pretty much everything ships out of. If you go to your local brick and mortar shop and they've got some humidors on the shelf, they've got cutters and lighters and ashtrays for sale, they're getting it from a giant massive warehouse like this. But what's important to understand is that this is also the beating heart of cigar accessories, where the people behind every accessory brand are listening to the cigar industry to figure out how to innovate in such a way that takes your collection to the next level and makes it easier for you to enjoy the things that you love. You see, there's innovation going on all the time in the cigar world that all aims to answer one question. How can accessory makers make your life easier as a cigar smoker? So one natural question, and here's an example, is how do I travel with cigars, right? You get out, you go on the road, you can use a Ziploc bag, but your cigars might just get smashed or they might dry out after a few days. So a question like that births an innovation like the travel humidor. Now, The travel humidor is not a new idea today by any stretch of the imagination, but this one's from Cigar Caddy. They're like one of the most trusted names in travel humidors that there is, outside of like there's Pelican too. A lot of people like the big Pelican cases, but it's stuff like this that it comes out of a giant warehouse like Quality Importers, and they continue to work to improve on designs like this to make them more efficient, more effective, and more convenient for you. And maybe what you need is not a little travel humidor to help you get around the country on your merry journey. Maybe what you need is a colossal cabinet humidor for your growing cigar collection. Well, here's about 6 dozen of them. And hell, sometimes innovating in the cigar world just looks like pairing with the right minds to get the job done. That's why Quality distributes stinky ashtrays. If you go into your local brick and mortar shop and see stinky ashtrays, there's a relatively decent chance they came from right here. And like Stinky even innovates on his own, he's an incredible guy. And yeah, there's actually a dude called Stinky. He makes ashtrays like this, but even designed this little one that fits on a smaller table, still holds 3 cigars, has a nice, large, deep bowl in the middle, and like is, I don't know, a fifth of the size of a regular Stinky ashtray. So this is also the place where you're going to find massive distribution for big brands like Cigar. All right, Cigar is one of the biggest names, perhaps the biggest name in cigar accessories, in that more people trust the name Cigar than just about any other accessory brand out there. And there are questions I have about this today because, truth be told, Quality Importers is kind of a mammoth in the cigar world. So they have purchased a lot of brands. They have distribution agreements with some brands. They have many brands of their own. Cigar is one of the brands that they actually own now. And there's been some shade thrown around too about how Cigar operates now. So I need to see if I can find someone who can help me with that. All right, somebody's got to answer for Cigar. Here's somebody. Okay. Oh my gosh, this is Michael Giordano. He owns Quality Importers.
What's up, Tim?
So guys, Michael invited me out here, and this has been one of the trippiest things in the entire world. I got to tell you, I did not expect this place to be half as big as it is. I'm completely blown away. Where the hell did all this come from?
Yeah, we bought it all over many years. I started out in 2000 in my parents' house and in a little spot behind the garage, and we have about 45,000 square feet of space now.
Inside your parents' house. So you're like, hey, Mom, Dad, I got 1,000 humidors and lighters and cutters. I need somewhere to put them.
Yeah, we didn't have that much back then, but now we do.
How many different brands come out of this warehouse?
We have over a dozen brands, most of which we've acquired over the years. Humidors we started with from day one. That's what we were mostly, and that's what grew the business. It was the humidor.
And now you've got humidors, lighters, cutters. What brands are represented by Quality?
Well, namely, we have Cigar Caddy travel cases. We have Paleo cutters and lighters. We have Cigar Stinky ashtrays, Hydra electronic humidifiers, Hygroset digital hygrometers, the Shuriken cigar cutter.
Which I've just for the first time gotten a chance to play with while I was here, okay? You mentioned Cigar already, right?
Yes.
So let me ask you about Cigar, because I'm on the forums, all right? I'm on the web, on the internet, and people are talking about Cigar. Since you bought Cigar, is there still a limited lifetime warranty?
Absolutely. Let me show you.
Oh, okay.
This area over here is where we do all of the warranty processing for Cigar. Basically, anyone who owns a Cigar product, if they need warranty service, what they'll do is they'll either come in here if they're local, or they will go onto the internet. They'll go to our website. They'll find the portal for the warranty, and they'll send in their product. And if it can be repaired, we do so here on premises. If it needs to be swapped out and replaced, we'll do that as well.
So what you're saying is it's easier to warranty Cigar now than it used to be.
That's correct.
So this is the thing. Anytime you change anything in the world of retail, like it tends to sometimes upset, frustrate, or confuse people if it's just different than it was before. With Cigar, you made things a little bit better and easier. Some people have complained that if you don't fill out the registration card with Cigar, no warranty for you. Is that the case?
No, that's not the case. We do have the cards. But what we found was during the transition, it was easier to warrant any of the products that came in. We know which items are Cigar. We can figure out if they've been copied or counterfeited, and we can determine that. But we really don't find any of that.
So if somebody gets a Cigar product and it gets messed up, They can just go on the website and go through the portal.
Yes.
That sounds pretty easy to me.
Have you seen the swag bunker yet?
You have a swag bunker?
Yeah, let me show you.
Okay.
Yeah, don't worry about that.
Oh, I'm sorry. See, now I did it again. I keep messing up the whole of Quality Importers every step of the way. So swag bunker is it what it sounds like?
Yeah, this is where we do all of the marking and printing, customization, creation of the swag for the whole industry.
Wow. So if I get a badass lighter and cutter that's branded with a specific logo on it, that's coming out of this room.
Yeah, so anything that is produced by us that is shipped from here that needs to be marked or branded, co-branded, printed, engraved, all of the above, that happens here in the swag bunker.
And you can do all that. You can do laser engraving. You can put a full color logo on stuff.
Yes.
I mean, some of the stuff you got in here is pretty amazing. And they're even doing, as you guys can see, some mock-ups of stuff for me as well. So, like, I'm impressed with the level of creativity that the people in this room have to be able to just design something that goes perfectly on a lighter.
Yeah, so the printing happens in here, and the design from our design department collaborates with the swag bunker print room, and then we ship it out.
That's amazing. This is something that you don't see a lot of. Now, I'll ask you about this. Personal design. I get a lot of people who ask about design for they're going to get married and they want to make lighters and cutters for the groomsmen. Is that something you guys would ever do?
This is something that we already do, and what's important to note about the swag bunker is that we have the ability to print one item, one piece of something, up to probably several thousand, and the quick turnaround could be a couple of weeks, as opposed to having to order thousands of pieces minimum order quantity from a factory and wait several months.
Guys, that word is MOQ, minimum order quantity. It haunts my dreams because you see something really cool like a lighter or a cutter and you're like, oh man, that would be totally badass. I want to get one of those made. And then it's like MOQ, minimum order quantity, 500 pieces, which is a big bite to take out of something. And when you guys are able to print one or two pieces, it makes it ultra accessible, not just for the individual, a guy getting married, but for a local cigar shop that wants to make some swag for their upcoming event, or for a YouTube idiot who wants to make some really cool humidors.
Exactly. We do it all.
Wow, dude. I am blown away. Like, beyond all my expectations, everything I've seen here is wildly impressive.
I appreciate you coming by and taking a look at it, for sure.
Dude, everything I've seen, from just the sheer volume of inventory to the attention to detail with the swag bunker, and even the way that you're taking brands and working to make them more usable for people with Zycar's limited warranty. There's a lot of really, really good stuff going on here. But there's one question that stands out that still remains. You're like sitting on the top of the hill for cigar accessories. What kind of lighter and cutter do you use?
I find that I don't feel as bad if I forget something or I lose it. So I basically use this Paleo V-cut.
Dude, this is a deep V cutter. This is like, and if there's anything that we're all after out there, isn't it a deeper V? I mean, a deep V cutter, something that's got some incredible, like gives you a nice deep V cut in all your cigars.
Always, yeah, every single cut. And to pair that with the Paleo Pistola, these are the two that I use.
All right, brilliant. So you guys know, if you want to get an accessory, any accessory, you know who makes the best ones out there. And if you're looking for a winning set for yourself that is used by people you can trust, who know about these things, you can find out more about Paleo. Is this another one I've been saying wrong the whole time?
Paleo.
Everyone says paleo.
No.
Like the diet. Is it not like the diet?
It's not the diet, it's the accessory.
Paleo.
Paleo.
Paleo. It's your pal in cigar accessories. That's the only way I'm going to be able to remember it.
It works.
All right. Thank you so much for having me out, brother. I appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
All right, guys, stay tuned. Drop a comment down below. What accessories do you use and trust? Have you had any experience with the brands that we've talked about in this video? There's been a lot of them, everything from Hygrosset to Zycar to Cigar Caddy and everything like that. Put that down in the comments and let us know who you trust and who you look to. And stay tuned for more from the Cigar Heartland here. If you guys want to have an amazing experience, it starts off with a good cut and a good light. Like you guys all know, I say this in every review, the only way to find out is with a cut and a light.